who I supported, who wanted to share her story with the listeners of the podcast show, because she listens to the podcast show a lot, and wanted to share her experience working with me and how it really helped her, and her fascination about the mind-gut connection. And I wanted to share this with you as well, so that hopefully it might inspire you to listen more to your body, to get some help for yourself in whatever form feels good and right to you. And this is what she said. I'm just going to read you her story. After suffering with a miscarriage in my 20th week of pregnancy, I was incredibly stressed and understandably feeling low, mixed with a large prescription of antibiotics which totally destroyed my good bacteria. My gut was screaming out for some attention. However, I didn't have a clue that I should be focusing on the impact of stress and emotions on my gut. I just blamed the miscarriage for my declining health. Over the months after my miscarriage, I started experiencing horrific stomach pains, heartburn, dizziness, and my immune system was at an all-time low. I was contracting every single cold, flu, and stomach bug that was going around, and this meant that I was stuck in a vicious cycle of feeling anxiety, falling sick, taking medication, feeling temporary relief, and then back to the anxiety. I never thought I could figure out why I was feeling anxious, and definitely did not connect to the anxiety in the stomach issues I was experiencing. It was horrible battling between my anxiety and getting sick all the time. I felt like I was becoming more and more isolated as I would turn down social events in case I needed to use the toilet suddenly, because my body couldn't handle the anxiety of being in public and feeling sick. On the odd day that I did go out with my family or friends, not only did I feel the urge to go to the toilet often, but I also found myself sweating profusely and my heart was racing, which caused me to panic even more, to the point where I felt like I was going to pass out. It really was a difficult and lonely time in my life. I began doing my research on the food and I ate different foods. I also began researching supplements that I should be taking in the hope that my symptoms of anxiety would reduce. However, everything worked temporarily. Nothing I did had a lasting effect. I was still suffering the odd stomach bug, and my immunity was no better than before. I couldn't believe I was trying every medication or supplement that the health professionals would suggest, and nothing was working. It was so hard to break that cycle of depressive emotions. There were days I spent crying in pain, but also crying because I couldn't understand what was happening. Until one day, I had enough of feeling sorry for myself, and I decided I should try something I've never tried before: therapy. Eventually I went to see Nicola for my anxiety about my poor health. After explaining my symptoms, we started a course of hypnotherapy and body work. I was encouraged to listen to my body and find out what it's trying to communicate with me. This was the first time I was able to take some time out and actually tune in with my mind and body. Over a few weeks, I worked out that the trauma of the miscarriage had deeply impacted me, and because I hadn't dealt with my loss, I ended up suffering health-wise. I could not believe that by taking on a healing journey that heavily involved therapy, I was able to see real progress in my health. I was beginning to go out more. I was less anxious, and thankfully I noticed a decline in the number of days that I was sick. Thanks to Nicola, I'm able to listen to my body and understand what it's communicating to me when I'm feeling stressed, anxious, or going through a rough time. Working on my mind has enabled me to strengthen my gut and also love my body for what it tells me. I am medication free and no longer worry where is the nearest toilet when I'm in public. It's changed my life completely. I'm writing this to share with anybody that is suffering with anxiety, those suffering with lots of pains in their stomach, to really go and get support. Don't wait 18 months like I did, trapped in the grief and cycling pessimistic thoughts. So that was from a lady that I worked with, and I just really wanted to share that because it's so powerful, that mind-body connection. She had a miscarriage and then felt so low, and then it manifested itself in gut physical problems. IBS, pain, bloating, swelling, all of those kind of things. And when we did the therapy to for her to touch her stomach, to learn what is there. Uncontrollable grief came out, to be healed, to be let go of. This is where somatic therapy is really interesting and really, really powerful. And if you have any questions about this, if you'd like to discuss working with me, then you can visit my website, nicolabeer.com, and book a free consultation with me where we can discuss this in more detail. From my heart to yours, thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day ahead. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Emotions and Eating with Nicola Beer. To book your free eating strategy session with Nicola, get the free eating support audio or donate. If you have enjoyed the show and want to help keep the show flowing, visit www.nicolabeer.com, where you can also find out more about her new system that has helped hundreds of men and women to change their relationship with food and their body, so they experience more peace and love in their life. We wish you an amazing love-filled day ahead.